Hi everyone! This video takes you through the Congregation Views Report, what are the priorities coming out of it and where does it take us in the project. Firstly, a massive thank you to everyone who contributed to the reports. We had over 60 people directly contribute to the content of those pages and many more people reach. So I think we got a really good representation of the congregation's views, which is great, setting us up going forward. Thank you very much to everybody who participated. You can get a copy of the report for yourself. It's attached to Al's newsletter from the 7th of May. If you didn't get that or you missed it, you can drop me an email, I can send you a copy, and so could any of the PCC members. I've tried to make it really nice and kind of straightforward and easy to read by using mind maps instead of lots and lots of text. So do take a look at it for yourself. But today I'm going to give you a kind of rough overview of what you'll find in that report. Of course, this report starts with the Church's vision to be kind, open and thankful, to be a haven of hope in the community. And we start with this because I've said so many times that everything we're going to do in this building project needs to be tied back to who we are as a church and what we want to do. The report is constructed through a series of mind maps, and they basically follow what we asked during the consultation. So they're split into like 5 themes: what's good about St Thomas's, what's the potential of the building, what's the relationship between the building and the community, how do we want it to look and feel, and finally I've added like an essentials mind map for like the repair work and things like that. So I'm just going to run through the priorities that came out of the discussions. The first one is creating a versatile space in the main church building for community use. The second one is around making our building look more welcoming, inside and out, but perhaps with a particular focus on the outside frontage. The third one is around hospitality, supporting that community use and our own uses with a bigger or better kitchen. And then we had some essentials. The repair work is an obvious priority for us because we need a secure building in which to worship and do all of our community activities. An accessible approach to the design, so thinking physically accessible, but also accessible in the other ways that we experience places. A particular concern there would be the connection that we've currently got between the main church and the church hall. That sort of slightly winding corridor area with steps is obviously not very accessible space. A sustainable and environmentally friendly approach was also a priority. One person in the consultation said, "A haven does not harm the local area or the world." And I think that's a really good way of articulating how our project vision links to that priority, not just as a global concern that everybody needs to act on climate change, but for us personally linking it into our vision. And finally, and importantly, people expressed that they want St Thomas's Church to look and feel like a spiritual place. People used phrases like holy, reverence, spiritual, trying to express something about keeping a very religious atmosphere in this place that's going to have community uses in it as well. People on the flip side of that also expressed making sure that it doesn't look like a cafe or an IKEA or a McDonald's. These are examples that were used. Again, that expression of keeping something church-like so that people who come and use the building know that we are a centre of religious belief, not just any community hub. There's a slight difference. And that looks like it's going to involve keeping some of the traditional features and combining that with modern usability and a lighter, brighter kind of decorative space. So from these priorities, we've got quite a sense of where the project vision is going. I've suggested in the report a title for the project, Building a Haven, because it really ties into our vision. So someone suggested that an acronym would be really good to help make that project vision memorable. I had to think about it, and of course it turns out that the best word is probably haven. Hospitable, accessible, versatile, environmentally friendly, and nurturing our community. I joked in the report that the last one is a bit of a fudge, because of course it would be welcoming that I'd initially suggested from the priorities. However, on reflection, I started to think that nurturing our community was a better phrase, because actually welcoming sounds like we're staying inside the church and just welcoming people in, but actually we want to be going out into the community and both welcoming people back in, but also doing God's work within our community. So in the report, I put it as nurturing our relationship with the community. But actually, it's been suggested that a more inclusive phrase is just nurturing our community being both the St Thomas's congregation and also all the people who live and work in the Groves, seeing that as one community rather than creating any division there. So let me know what you think about that acronym. Let me know if you've got any other suggestions. That'd be great to work on that together as we go into the next phase. So what are the next steps to the project? We've kind of concluded now that initial congregation consultation, and the next phase is to talk to the community about what they would like to see or what they would use at St Thomas's. If we're going to have this versatile space for community use, it needs to reflect what people need and want in the Groves. So if you are involved in any Groves community groups, or if you'd be willing to have a chat with someone in the area, please get in contact with me. I'm looking for volunteers to help, because obviously if I go around everyone on my own, it's going to take a lot longer than if we have a small group and share the load between us. We'll then move on towards project design. We'll combine what we've learnt from our congregation consultation with the community consultation and make it go towards those practical steps of what we will be doing. Alongside this, the PCC have agreed that we should put in an expression of interest to the National Lottery Heritage Fund. So I'll be doing that initial step to see if we can make an application in the next few weeks. Thanks for listening. If you've got any questions, queries, you want to share any ideas you've had, please, as always, drop me an email. Thanks.